You walk into the room with your pencil in your hand. You see somebody naked and you say, "Who is that man?" You try so hard, but you don't understand. Just what will you say when you get home? Because something is happening here, but you don't know what it is. Do you, Mr. Jones? Bob Dylan, Ballad of a Thin Man. It's a very frightened country. Everybody thinks somebody is doing something to them, and they don't exactly know who. They don't understand why they're badly off. There's a sense that somebody is taking something from us that we deserve. You can't see what's really happening, because that's off the agenda. Noam Chomsky, Chronicles of Dissent. For years, Noam Chomsky has been explaining what is happening here. What is left to say about him? Let me try. He probably holds the world's record for giving the most interviews. I've been fortunate enough to have done quite a few of them. But our very first one, on December 1st, 1984, Language in the Service of Propaganda, almost didn't happen. Noam was at home in Lexington, Massachusetts. It was a Saturday morning. I was in the studios of KGNU Radio in Boulder, Colorado. I was a bit nervous and unsure about the tech, and wouldn't you know it, I had trouble. I was unable to get the recording equipment to work properly. I told Noam I was having trouble. He said, "Not to worry, call me back when you get it sorted." I finally figured out which button to press, and we did the interview. The rest, as they say. Imagine you have a blank map, and you need to fill in the empty spaces. Who would you turn to? Noam Chomsky. Few have the knowledge to draw the lines of longitude and latitude. He is the cartographer par excellence, placing the continents, islands, and oceans properly in place, and highlighting areas of special interest to him, such as Palestine, East Timor, Grenada, Indonesia, Haiti, Vietnam, and crucially, the United States, the Empire. As Conrad writes in Heart of Darkness, the conquest of the earth, which mostly means the taking it away from those who have a different complexion or slightly flatter noses than ourselves, is not a pretty thing when you look into it too much. Chomsky has never flinched from going into the darkness and exposing its lies and delusions, peeling away the arrogance and hypocrisy of elites. He makes apologists for imperialism and predatory capitalism deeply uncomfortable. I knew about Chomsky in the early 1970s, after I had returned to the United States from 5 years living in Asia, most of it in India. I recall in particular an article he wrote in the Yale Law Review on Vietnam. I was awed by his unambiguous language. There was no beating around bushes or foggy language and euphemisms. He called out the empire and its crimes with a righteous fury. Indignation leapt out from the page. Chomsky has a remarkable syncretic ability to not only retain vast amounts of information from a multiplicity of sources, but to cohere them into a cogent whole. He's never off his game. He reminds me of the master musicians I knew in India. At any time in the day or night, they would be able to recall nuanced details of complex ragas. As Alexander Coburn says in his introduction to the original edition of Chronicles of Dissent, included in this new expanded volume, Chomsky knows the score. Despite his legendary output, Chomsky says in Class Warfare, "I should be doing way more." That view of his prodigious work is indicative of Chomsky's profound moral commitments. For decades, he's been indispensable to countless individuals and groups. In many interactions with others, I've witnessed him to be kind, generous, and patient, never letting people feel awkward or inadequate. He's been a catalyst and inspiration for many initiatives, campaigns, and organizations. Alternative radio is one of the many seeds he has planted. Sometimes people say Chomsky is a downer. I disagree. I think telling the truth is a moral affirmation and, in a sense, liberating.